Welcome, seekers of wisdom. Today, I invite you to embark on a journey through the timeless teachings of the great philosopher-emperor, Marcus Aurelius. In this video, we will unveil the secrets of happiness and self-realization through the lens of Stoicism. Each topic will be a key to opening a new door in your mind, revealing the beauty of simplicity, the strength of self-sufficiency, and the importance of living in the present. So, sit back comfortably, take a deep breath, and let the words of Marcus Aurelius inspire and guide you. Together, we will discover how the 9 Stoic principles can help us live with more serenity, resilience, and wisdom. Let's begin this journey of self-discovery and transformation. Are you ready? Let's go. First, the value of daily reflection. Every dawn, Marcus Aurelius dedicated a moment to reflect on his actions and intentions. He believed that by knowing himself better, he could face daily challenges with serenity. Imagine the dawn as a majestic stage, where silence heralds the spectacle of life. Marcus Aurelius, the great philosopher-emperor, began each day with a sacred ritual, morning reflection. In the quiet of his chamber, before the chaos of the world could invade, he turned inward, like a dedicated gardener inspecting his garden at sunrise. With a keen eye, he observed each thought, each emotion, weeding out useless worries and planting seeds of wisdom and virtue. By reflecting on his actions and intentions, Marcus Aurelius sought self-knowledge, that inner light that guides us through the shadows of doubt and uncertainty. He knew that by understanding his own weaknesses and strengths, he could face daily challenges with unshakable serenity. It was like an experienced captain studying the stars and the winds before setting sail, ensuring his ship navigates safely through turbulent seas. This moment of introspection was not just a daily practice, but a true anchor for his soul. Marcus Aurelius believed that by knowing himself better, he became more prepared to deal with the unexpected setbacks of fate. Every morning, he reviewed his past actions and planned his future steps, always committed to living according to Stoic principles. Thus, he transformed the simple act of thinking into a powerful tool for self-transformation. During these reflections, he often asked himself, "What is under my control and what is not?" This question was a key that opened the door to Stoic wisdom, reminding him to focus on what truly matters. He understood that many things in life are beyond our reach, and by accepting this reality, he could concentrate his energies on what he could change: his thoughts, his actions, and his reactions. The practice of morning reflection was also a way to strengthen his discipline. Marcus Aurelius believed that discipline was the mother of all virtues, and by cultivating a daily habit of introspection, he was training his mind to be resilient. It was like an archer who, day after day, practices the art of hitting the target until his movements become precise and natural. With each new dawn, he remembered that life is fleeting and precious. This constant reminder not only helped him value each moment but also maintain a balanced perspective in the face of adversity. He saw each day as a new opportunity to grow, learn, and become his best version. This acceptance of life's transience was what gave him the strength to face storms with tranquility. Like a gardener nurturing his garden to make it bloom, Marcus Aurelius nurtured his soul so that it could flourish in virtue. He knew that this process of self-knowledge and reflection was not a quick task but a continuous effort, an endless journey toward personal excellence. Each day was a new chance to improve, and by doing so, he prepared himself to accept fate with courage. And so, every morning, the emperor rose from his meditation renewed and ready to face the world. He knew that, regardless of what the day brought, he was armed with the serenity and wisdom born from reflection. And with this spirit of acceptance and self-mastery, he opened the doors to the next Stoic teaching, which would be essential for navigating the uncertain sea of life. Second, acceptance of fate. Marcus Aurelius taught to embrace what we cannot control, accepting fate with courage. Think of a sturdy tree that, despite the storms, remains firm. This tree represents our resilience in the face of life's adversities, showing us that by accepting, we find inner strength. In the heart of Grand Rome, where the destiny of an empire unfolded each day, Marcus Aurelius, with the serenity of a sage, taught a profound lesson: the acceptance of fate. In his palace, amid marble corridors and resplendent halls, he understood that life is a river whose waters we cannot control. Accepting this truth was the key to inner peace. It was like observing a robust tree, standing firm and upright, regardless of the violence of the storms that battered it. Marcus Aurelius believed that by embracing what we cannot change, we find true freedom. Acceptance was not passive surrender but active courage, a strength that came from within. Imagine yourself as an experienced sailor navigating a turbulent sea. It is pointless to fight against the fury of the waves. Instead, you adjust your sails and use the wind to your advantage. Thus, the emperor taught us to adjust our attitude toward the inevitable events of life. He knew that life is full of uncertainties and unforeseen events. One day, you are at the height of glory, the next, you may find yourself at the mercy of difficulties. However, by accepting these fluctuations as part of the fabric of existence, you develop unbreakable resilience. Marcus Aurelius saw fate as a sculptor who molds our soul with each chisel strike, each hammer blow. Each challenge was an opportunity to sculpt a stronger and nobler character. In his meditations, he wrote about the importance of not resisting fate but working with it. It was a subtle dance between what we desire and what life delivers. True mastery lay in harmonizing our desires with the realities presented to us. This did not mean resignation but active acceptance, a partnership with the universe. It was like a dancer who, instead of fighting the rhythm of the music, finds grace in each step, flowing with the melody. Accepting fate also meant living in peace with oneself for Marcus Aurelius. By stopping to fight against the inevitable, he found deep serenity. He compared this acceptance to a stone thrown into the river, not impeding the flow of water but integrating with it, becoming part of the natural course. This integration with the flow of life allowed him to find peace even in the most challenging situations. The emperor believed that everything happens for a reason, and there is an underlying order to the apparent chaos of the world. He saw the invisible hand of fate guiding each event, and by trusting this order, he found solace and strength. Acceptance of fate was, therefore, a way of trusting in the wisdom of the universe, knowing that each event, good or bad, brought with it an important lesson. However, accepting fate was not the end of the journey. Marcus Aurelius knew that to truly master the art of living, it was also necessary to master one's own emotions. After all, accepting fate without controlling our emotional reactions could leave us at the mercy of impulses and negative feelings. Thus, he prepared for the next step in his quest for serenity, the mastery of emotions. And so, as the sun rose over the eternal city, illuminating the imposing columns and bustling streets, Marcus Aurelius, in his silent meditation, strengthened himself to face the day. With the acceptance of fate firmly rooted in his heart, he was ready for the next challenge, maintaining calm and clarity amidst the whirlwind of human emotions. Before we continue, please like the video. It's quick and will help YouTube recognize that our content is relevant and recommend it to more people who can benefit from these ideas. Third, mastery of emotions amid the turmoil of the imperial court, where life and death decisions were made every moment. Marcus Aurelius maintained an unwavering calm. He believed that true power was not in the hands wielding swords but in the mind that mastered its own emotions. Like a serene lake reflecting the clear or cloudy sky without ever losing its tranquility, the emperor knew that inner peace depended on control over our most intense feelings. Marcus Aurelius saw emotions as storms that could arise without warning, threatening to destroy the inner peace he so valued. He compared the mind to a ship at sea, constantly challenged by the waves of emotions. For him, the secret was not to avoid these waves but to learn to navigate through them with skill and wisdom. Each emotional challenge was an opportunity to reinforce his self-mastery, becoming an adept navigator in any tide. Stoic philosophy taught that negative emotions, such as anger, envy, and fear, were the result of erroneous judgments about what is truly important in life. Marcus Aurelius devoted himself to reviewing these judgments, always seeking a more rational and balanced perspective. He believed that by changing the way we see the world, we can change how we feel about it. Thus, he became a sculptor of his own soul, molding it to face life with equanimity. In his meditations, he often wrote about the importance of remaining calm in the face of provocations and insults. For him, dignity and serenity were the greatest shields against the offenses of others. He imagined himself as an unmovable rock in the middle of a river, against which turbulent waters crashed without ever displacing it. This image of imperturbability was his ideal, a constant reminder that true strength lies in inner tranquility. Moreover, Marcus Aurelius believed in the importance of empathy as a tool for controlling emotions. He sought to understand the motives and weaknesses of others, recognizing that everyone, including himself, was subject to errors and flaws. This understanding allowed him to forgive more easily and thus maintain serenity. By seeing humanity as one big family, he cultivated patience and compassion, finding in the understanding of others a way to pacify his own heart. However, emotional control did not mean repression. Marcus Aurelius understood that trying to suppress feelings was like trying to contain a river in flood. Instead, he sought balance, allowing himself to feel without being dominated by these sensations. Like a martial arts master who uses the opponent's strength against them, the emperor used awareness of his emotions to maintain control, turning emotional energy into a force for good. This emotional mastery was not an end in itself but a means to live a virtuous and fulfilling life. Marcus Aurelius knew that by controlling his emotions, he could make wiser and fairer decisions, both for himself and others. Thus, each day became a constant practice of self-improvement, a continuous exercise in balancing heart and mind. With a clear mind and a tranquil heart, Marcus Aurelius was ready to face the next challenge in his Stoic journey, living fully in the present. He understood that without the ability to concentrate on the current moment, all his wisdom and virtue would be in vain. And so, with the serenity achieved, he prepared to dive into the now, where true life happens, one moment at a time. Fourth, living in the present within the ancient walls of Rome, where the echoes of glory and turmoil mingled, Marcus Aurelius found his refuge in the now. He understood that the present is all we truly possess, a fleeting treasure that slips away like water through our fingers if we don't grasp it with full attention. Stoic philosophy taught him that the past is a shadow that cannot be altered and the future, a mystery yet to be unveiled. Only the present is real, a moment of power and potential. Marcus Aurelius saw the human mind as a river that flows without stopping. Each thought, each emotion, is a drop contributing to the continuous flow of life. He knew that to truly live, it was necessary to be present, fully engaged in each instant. He imagined himself as a patient fisherman, sitting by the river of consciousness, capturing each thought with attention and without judgment, letting those that didn't serve flow away with the current. He believed that being present was a way to honor one's own time, a means to give meaning to each action and thought. Marcus Aurelius compared the present to a play, where each scene must be lived intensely, for it will never be repeated. Life, for him, was a stage where each moment is a unique opportunity to express virtue and wisdom, and he strove to perform his role with excellence in each act. The practice of living in the present also brought him a sense of peace and clarity. When his mind began to wander to past regrets or future anxieties, he gently brought it back to the now, like a shepherd guiding his sheep back to the fold. This ability to redirect his focus allowed him to face each challenge with a clear mind and serene heart, turning each obstacle into a life lesson. For Marcus Aurelius, full attention to the present was not just a mental exercise but a form of practical spirituality. He saw each moment as a manifestation of cosmic order, an opportunity to align with nature and destiny. By living fully in the now, he connected with the universe in a deep and meaningful way, finding a sense of purpose and belonging. This full experience of the present also taught him to appreciate the beauty in small things. He found joy in the subtleties of everyday life, like the fresh breeze at dawn or the soft sound of leaves in the wind. Each detail became a source of gratitude and wonder, revealing the hidden richness in life's simplicity. Marcus Aurelius understood that by focusing on the present, he could transform even the most mundane tasks into enriching experiences. Living in the present, however, was a continuous practice, a constant effort to keep the mind focused and the heart open. Marcus Aurelius knew that this journey required discipline and self-compassion, for the mind tends to wander and get lost. But with each return to the now, he strengthened his capacity to be fully alive, to enjoy each moment as if it were the last. With this solid foundation of presence and full attention, Marcus Aurelius prepared to explore another essential facet of his philosophy: simplicity as a virtue. He knew that by simplifying life, he could focus on what truly matters, eliminating the superfluous and embracing the essential. And so, with a present mind and serene spirit, he turned to the next Stoic lesson, where true wealth is found in simplicity and clarity of purpose. Fifth, simplicity as a virtue. In the majestic halls of Marcus Aurelius' palace, where opulence could easily divert attention from fundamental values, the emperor chose to live with simplicity. He believed that true wealth did not lie in gilded ornaments or luxurious possessions but in clarity of purpose and purity of spirit. Simplicity, for him, was a path to freedom, a way to focus on what truly matters without being burdened by the superfluous. Marcus Aurelius saw life as a vast and fertile field, where the seeds of virtue could grow freely if the ground was kept clear of the weeds of material distractions. He compared the excess of possessions and desires to unnecessary weight carried by a traveler. The lighter we are, the further we can go and the faster we reach our goals. Simplicity was, therefore, a strategy to achieve a fuller and more meaningful life. He also understood that simplicity was a way to connect with the essence of things. By removing superficial layers and unnecessary complications, he could see the bare truth of existence. Marcus Aurelius valued clarity and honesty, both in his thoughts and actions, and believed that simplicity was the key to achieving this purity of vision. It was like a sculptor who, by chiseling away the rough stone, reveals the hidden inner beauty. Simplicity also allowed Marcus Aurelius to focus on his most important responsibilities without being distracted by trivialities. He knew that his position as emperor required wise and just decisions and that these decisions could only be made with a clear mind and focused heart. By keeping his life simple, he preserved the energy and attention necessary to govern with wisdom and compassion. It was like an archer who, by eliminating all noise around him, can fully focus on the target. Moreover, Marcus Aurelius saw in simplicity a source of contentment. He believed that by reducing our needs and desires, we can find satisfaction in the small things in life. A simple meal, a sincere conversation, the warmth of the sun, everything becomes a source of joy when we learn to value the essential. This inner contentment was for him a form of resistance against the temptations of excess and consumerism. The practice of simplicity also influenced the way Marcus Aurelius related to others. He valued authenticity and honesty and believed that simplicity in human relationships created deeper and more genuine bonds. By treating others with simplicity and respect, he promoted an environment of trust and integrity, where true friendship and loyalty could flourish. It was like a field where, without the hindrance of weeds, the flowers of virtue grew vigorously. Marcus Aurelius knew that simplicity required courage. In a world where value is often measured by the accumulation of wealth and status, choosing simplicity was an act of rebellion and self-confidence. He believed that by living simply, he was not only living according to his principles but also offering a powerful example to others. Thus, his life became a beacon of wisdom and virtue, guiding those around him to a truer path. With life simplified and spirit-focused, Marcus Aurelius prepared for the next Stoic teaching, the practice of virtue. He knew that by eliminating the superfluous, he could fully dedicate himself to cultivating the qualities that truly matter: justice, courage, wisdom, and temperance. And so, with a light heart and clear mind, he turned to the next lesson, where the pursuit of moral excellence became the center of his Stoic journey. Are you enjoying the content? Then don't waste time. We have an incredible opportunity for you. Transform your financial life and develop a balanced and resilient mindset with the ebook Wealth and Wisdom: Stoicism as a Path to Financial Prosperity. Buy now and start your Stoic journey towards financial prosperity and true balance. Take this chance to apply the ancient wisdom of Stoicism to your financial life and achieve true wealth. For just $14.90, you can take the first step to transform your financial life with this practical and inspiring guide that combines ancient teachings with modern financial strategies. Don't let uncertainty and financial stress control your life. Buy now and discover the power of Stoic wisdom to achieve true financial wealth and serenity. Invest in yourself today and reap the benefits of a financially prosperous and balanced life. The link to buy is pinned in the first comment of the video. Don't miss this opportunity. 6th, the practice of virtue in the corridors of power and responsibility. Marcus Aurelius carried with him a profound understanding. The practice of virtue was the path to true greatness. He believed that life should be lived with an unwavering commitment to Stoic principles: justice, courage, wisdom, and temperance. These virtues were, for him, the pillars of a dignified and full existence. Each action, each decision, should reflect these values, transforming life into a continuous exercise in self-improvement. Marcus Aurelius saw justice as the virtue that balances all others. He believed that being just meant treating everyone with fairness and integrity, regardless of their position or power. For him, justice was like a precise scale, measuring with impartiality and honor. In his role as emperor, he strove to be a just leader, making decisions that reflected truth and goodness. He imagined himself as a wise judge, always pondering carefully and compassionately, seeking the greater good. Courage, for Marcus Aurelius, was facing life's challenges with bravery and determination. He compared courage to a flame that does not extinguish, even in the fiercest storms. In his meditations, he constantly reminded himself that true courage is not the absence of fear but the ability to act despite it. Like a warrior advancing on the battlefield, he faced his own internal and external battles with unbreakable strength. Wisdom was, for him, the virtue that illuminated all others. Marcus Aurelius believed that wisdom comes from deep knowledge of oneself and the world around. He saw wisdom as a lamp that guides our steps in the dark, revealing the right path. In his reflections, he sought to learn from every experience, whether pleasant or painful. He knew that each moment of introspection was an opportunity to grow and become wiser, shaping his mind with the clarity and vision of the great philosophers. Temperance, or moderation, was the virtue that Marcus Aurelius practiced to maintain balance in all areas of life. He saw temperance as the key to harmony, helping control desires and impulses that could divert us from the path of virtue. Like a gardener who carefully prunes his plants to promote healthy growth, he controlled his appetites and ambitions, always seeking the middle ground. This moderation was, for him, a source of peace and stability. Practicing virtue was, for Marcus Aurelius, a continuous work, an endless journey toward moral perfection. He knew that excellence is not something achieved all at once but a goal pursued day after day. Each action, each thought, was an opportunity to cultivate these virtues and come closer to true greatness. Like an artisan dedicating his life to perfecting his craft, he devoted himself with dedication to the cultivation of virtue. He understood that the practice of virtue also required a deep understanding of life's transience. By constantly reminding himself of the brevity of existence, Marcus Aurelius strove to live according to his principles every moment. This awareness of mortality did not depress him but inspired him to live with more intensity and purpose, knowing that each day was a unique chance to practice virtue and leave a legacy of wisdom and justice. And so, with a heart dedicated to the constant practice of virtue, Marcus Aurelius prepared for the next Stoic reflection, the transience of life. He knew that by accepting the fleeting nature of all things, he could appreciate each moment with more depth and meaning, living fully in the present while preparing for the inevitable cycle of existence. 7th, the transience of life in the quiet of Roman nights, under the vast starry sky. Marcus Aurelius often lost himself in thoughts about the transience of life. He knew that everything is fleeting, that each moment, each person, and each experience is as ephemeral as shooting stars crossing the firmament. This profound understanding of the brevity of existence was both a solace and a call to action, a constant reminder that we must live with intention and purpose, making the most of the time we are given. For Marcus Aurelius, the transience of life was not a cause for sadness but a source of strength and motivation. He compared life to a play, where each actor has their role to play for a brief period before leaving the stage. This metaphor helped him see the importance of each act, each word, and each choice. He knew that, just as actors are judged by the quality of their performance, we are remembered for the impact of our actions and the legacy we leave behind. Reflection on mortality also taught him to value each moment, no matter how simple. Marcus Aurelius found beauty in the ephemeral, sunrises and sunsets, the blooming and withering of flowers, laughter and tears. He saw each experience as a brushstroke on a grand painting, unique and irreplaceable. This perspective inspired him to live with gratitude, appreciating the singularity of each instant. Moreover, awareness of transience helped him maintain a balanced perspective in the face of adversity. He knew that difficulties and suffering are also fleeting, like clouds passing in the sky. This vision strengthened him, allowing him to face challenges with resilience and serenity. He saw each obstacle as an opportunity for growth, an essential part of the journey that shapes our character and reveals our true nature. Marcus Aurelius also used this reflection to free himself from excessive attachment to material things and worldly concerns. He understood that just as life is transient, so are possessions and achievements. This detachment was not a renunciation of pleasure or ambition but a way to focus on what truly matters, internal values and meaningful relationships. He saw life as a river flowing continuously, and by letting go of things we cannot hold on to forever, he could flow with more lightness and freedom. Acceptance of transience also reinforced his commitment to virtue. He knew that by living according to Stoic principles, he could create a lasting impact, even if his own life was brief. Each act of kindness, each just decision, and each courageous gesture contributed to a legacy of wisdom and compassion. He compared this influence to seeds planted in fertile soil, continuing to grow and flourish long after his passage. By meditating on the ephemeral nature of life, Marcus Aurelius also connected deeply with humanity as a whole. He saw each person as a fellow traveler, sharing the same fragility and the same search for meaning. This understanding filled him with empathy and compassion, leading him to treat others with more kindness and understanding. He viewed humanity as an intricate tapestry, where each thread contributes to the beauty of the whole. With this wisdom rooted in the transience of life, Marcus Aurelius prepared to explore another essential facet of his philosophy, the interconnectedness of all beings. He knew that by understanding our intrinsic connection to others, we could cultivate a sense of unity and cooperation, living more harmoniously and meaningfully. And so, with an open heart and clear mind, he turned to the next Stoic lesson, where understanding interdependence reveals the true nature of our collective existence. 8th, the interconnectedness of all beings. In the vast corridors of the palace, Marcus Aurelius often meditated on the interconnectedness of all beings. He believed that humanity was like an intricate tapestry, where each thread, no matter how insignificant it might seem, contributed to the beauty and strength of the whole. This vision of interdependence not only reinforced his sense of responsibility as a leader but also his compassion as a human being. He saw each person as an essential part of the fabric of life, and this guided his daily actions. Marcus Aurelius compared society to a human body, where each member has its specific function, but all work together for the well-being of the entire organism. He knew that just as the body suffers when one part is hurt, society also suffers when one of its members is neglected or mistreated. This metaphor inspired him to promote justice and equity, ensuring that everyone had the opportunity to contribute and thrive. Stoic philosophy taught that we are all citizens of the world, united by common rationality and shared nature. Marcus Aurelius saw this universal citizenship as a way to transcend the barriers and divisions created by humans. He believed that by recognizing our intrinsic connection, we could overcome prejudice, envy, and hostility, cultivating a more harmonious and cooperative world. It was like observing a garden where each plant, by growing together, creates a vibrant and healthy ecosystem. This interconnectedness also taught him humility. Marcus Aurelius knew that despite his exalted position, he was just a part of the whole, dependent on others as much as they depended on him. This humility kept him grounded in reality, reminding him that his true strength came from cooperation and mutual support. He saw leadership not as a privilege but as a service, a responsibility to use his power for the common good. Marcus Aurelius also understood that the interconnectedness of human beings extended to nature. He believed that harmony with the natural world was essential for our own health and well-being. This vision led him to respect and protect the environment, seeing it as an extension of our own existence. Just as a good gardener cares for his garden, he saw the need to care for the world around us, to ensure that future generations could enjoy its beauty and abundance. In his reflections, he often pondered the impact of his actions on the fabric of society. He knew that each decision, no matter how small, had ramifications that extended far beyond the present moment. This awareness encouraged him to act with integrity and wisdom, knowing that his choices could influence the lives of many others. Like a conductor leading a symphony, he sought to create harmony through his actions, inspiring others to do the same. Interconnectedness also taught him to value diversity. Marcus Aurelius saw the diversity of thoughts, cultures, and perspectives as a source of strength and innovation. He believed that by embracing plurality, we could learn from each other and grow together. This openness to diversity was, for him, a way to enrich the tapestry of life, making it more vibrant and resilient. He compared diversity to a palette of colors, where each hue contributes to creating a unique and beautiful masterpiece. With this profound understanding of the interconnectedness of all beings, Marcus Aurelius prepared to explore the final essential facet of his philosophy, self-sufficiency. He knew that although we are all connected, true strength and wisdom come from within. And so, with a heart full of empathy and a clear mind about our interdependence, he turned to the next Stoic lesson, where self-sufficiency becomes the key to a life of virtue and serenity. 9th, the importance of self-sufficiency in the tranquility of the imperial gardens. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the importance of self-sufficiency. For him, true strength and wisdom came from within, an inexhaustible source of serenity and inner power. He believed that the ability to be self-reliant, to find within oneself everything necessary to live a full and virtuous life, was the key to true freedom. Self-sufficiency, he said, was like an inner fortress, impenetrable to the storms of the external world. Marcus Aurelius saw self-sufficiency as a state of mind, a way of living that did not depend on external circumstances to find peace and happiness. He compared the mind to a well-tended garden, where each thought and feeling was cultivated with care and attention. By focusing on the development of his own virtues and abilities, he became less vulnerable to the changes and uncertainties of the world around him. It was like an experienced sailor who, regardless of the sea's conditions, navigates with confidence and skill. Self-sufficiency also involved accepting that many things in life are beyond our control. Marcus Aurelius taught that by focusing on what we can control, our own actions and reactions, we can find a sense of power and stability. He believed that by letting go of worries about what is beyond our reach, we free up a tremendous amount of energy and attention that can be devoted to cultivating our own mind and character. This was, for him, the path to true serenity. In his meditations, he often reminded himself that everything we truly need to live a good life is already within us. Material wealth, social status, and even the recognition of others are secondary compared to peace of mind and personal integrity. Marcus Aurelius saw life as a theater where props and sets can change, but the actor's value lies in their ability to perform well, regardless of external circumstances. This philosophy of self-sufficiency also taught him to value solitude and time with himself. Marcus Aurelius saw solitude as an opportunity for introspection and personal growth, moment to strengthen his inner fortress. He compared these moments of solitude to the work of an artisan who, in silence and concentration, creates something of lasting beauty and value. It was in these moments that he found clarity and purpose, away from the noise and distractions of the world. Marcus Aurelius also knew that self-sufficiency did not mean isolation. He recognized the importance of human connections and community but saw these relationships as an exchange of virtues and mutual support rather than dependence. He believed that by strengthening oneself internally, each person could contribute more meaningfully to the well-being of others. True interdependence, he taught, arises from the self-sufficiency of each individual. The practice of self-sufficiency prepared him to face challenges with a clear mind and a firm heart. Marcus Aurelius knew that life was full of uncertainties and that by trusting in his own inner strength, he could navigate any storm with confidence. He saw each challenge as an opportunity to test and strengthen his self-sufficiency, becoming increasingly resilient and virtuous. With a spirit strengthened by self-sufficiency, Marcus Aurelius was ready to face any adversity that life might bring. He knew that by cultivating this inner fortress, he was preparing to live according to Stoic principles in all aspects of his life. And so, with a clear mind and resolute heart, he turned to the next lesson, where wisdom and virtue continued to guide each step of his journey. If you enjoyed this video and found value in our discussions on achieving happiness and self-realization through moral virtue and serenity, I have a special request for you. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new content. Each video is crafted with great care to bring deep and practical reflections on how to live a fuller and more conscious life. By subscribing, you are supporting the growth of our channel and helping to spread Stoic philosophy to more people. Additionally, if you liked the video, don't forget to leave your like. Your support is essential for YouTube to recognize that our content is relevant and recommend it to more people who can benefit from these ideas. And last but not least, share this video with friends, family, and on your social networks. Together, we can create a strong and engaged community where everyone can learn and grow together. Thank you very much for your support and for being part of this Stoic journey with us. See you in the next video.